Hey, what's going on, Aries? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And I'm going to use the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Aries? What's coming toward Aries? All right, Aries. Well, now. So the first thing I see, Aries, is I feel like this energy is someone. I feel like for some of you, this is someone you just met. For others, this is someone you're going to meet very soon. I feel like. I feel like there was this instant connection with you and this person. Sparks were flying. But I am seeing some internal struggle and some negative thinking. So we have the five of wands, that internal struggle, and then we have the 5 of cups, looking at the negatives instead of the positives. I feel like with this person, this instant connection you have with this person, one or both of you may have hesitated. Because I feel like one of you holding back, or both. That internal struggle and that looking at the negatives instead of the positives, there's a reason. It's almost like a creation of a red flag. Something's stopping you from moving forward this, even though I feel like you both wanted it. Even in the beginning, like first meeting, I feel like there was this instant connection. And I feel like you both wanted it. But we have some more inconsistency. We have overthinking with that 4 of swords. And again, holding back. Self-imposed prison with the 8 of swords. And we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. For some reason, one of you wasn't being honest. And I feel like what you're not being honest about was how you felt. And they're doing a lot of work to keep that a secret. I get the impression that one or both of you fell instantly. And I feel like you didn't want to say that because it may come off crazy or may come off too soon. But you knew what you wanted. And what happens from here on out? I feel like what I'm seeing is 2 people that fell. Like I said, it was an instant connection. You felt the bond. You're both thinking about each other. But for some reason, I feel like there may be somebody else involved here. There's a complication here somewhere. There's a reason why we felt like we had to hide it from each other. Like I said, there's an instant bond that you have with this person. And I feel like you can't stop thinking about each other. And it becomes very clear in this read that this is not something that you're going to be walking away from. Even though I feel like one of you walked away without being honest, or at least one of you, I feel like you both wanted it. You know, the one you want wants you. And I feel like that's not going away. I mean, we have this person fantasizing about you. I mean, they're fantasizing about you. I feel like honestly, what I'm seeing is I feel like there was love instantly. You know, there was just this connection that no matter how much you try to push it down, that shit is just coming up. It's like it started off as a baby elephant, but this elephant is growing rapidly and it's taking over the room. So we need to talk about the elephant in the room here. You know, I feel like you both want this. I feel like you both want this in a very real way. And even though at least one of you is trying to keep that a secret, the secret's out. I mean, we have the Six of Wands and the Page of Wands. I mean, we've seen the potential here. We knew the moment you met that there was a lot of potential. And like I said, with the Six of Wands, it's almost like you won the lottery, but you don't want to cash the ticket. So it's a little bit confusing. Like you got the winning ticket, I mean, the emotional fulfillment you felt when you met this person, you know, the heat you felt when you met this person. You know, we have the Knight of Wands, very fiery energy, but we also have that emotional fulfillment, like this person filling up your cups, and it all happened in a moment. Like I said, you won the lottery here. Feeling like you won the lottery, but you don't want to cash the ticket. It's so confusing. But this was meant to move forward. You didn't meet this person by accident. This is no chance encounter. You know, how you felt about this person was real. But like I said, one of you went cold. Well, that isn't going to last. You know, I see communication coming. Like I said, in that moment, we walked away from it, but we didn't separate ourselves from it because the feelings are still there. They're very real. And once you have time to think about it, it becomes more real. So I do see communication opening up, and I do see this person reaching out. And I feel like they're not going to let you slip between their fingers again. You know, they don't know what you know, and you don't know what they know. But you both know. You know? You know, I'm not even going to speculate why this didn't turn out in the very first moment. I mean, we can speculate all kinds of things, but that's not giving you any answers. But like I said, I mean, we have new love. And it happened quickly. And this connection was meant to move forward, like I said, with that Chariot. And then we have the Lovers card. So I feel like there's a deep connection here that isn't going to be ignored. You know, it's only going to get louder in your head. But I do see this person opening up that communication, like I said with that King of Wands. I mean, I feel like this person's going to reach out, grab on, and not want to let go. You know, they got to see this through. You know, I see you taking that leap of faith here, because we may not understand why we're so connected. We may not understand the draw, but we sure as hell want to, and we're going to see it through. I mean, I feel like everything you ever wanted and everything they ever wanted is right here in front of you. And I feel like you both knew it. But for whatever reason, one of you was holding back. It might even be both of you, because it's very confusing on who's holding back here. But I feel like the conversation that should have been had wasn't had, but it will be. But like I said, I'm not going to speculate, because I mean, speculation, we can speculate that. I mean, I'm not going to speculate and give you one answer, but I'm going to give you a few. How about that? What I see here is either two people that didn't expect this, or felt like it was too quick. But your energies melted together right away. You connected on a different level. And this connection wasn't meant to go away. This connection was meant to grow. Like I said with that Chariot, it's meant to move forward. Because if you feel like there's a connection between you and this person now, trust me, that feeling is going to become more confirmed as we move forward. Because this connection is deeper than either one of you realize, but you already feel that deep connection, so you have a hell of a future with this person. I mean, sparks flew. Maybe we misread that. Maybe we misread that it was not just sparks and it was something more, because it was. Maybe thinking it's too good to be true. But here we are. But we'll get all those answers. Because like I said, I feel like communication is coming. I feel like we're reaching out and grabbing on and holding on. Because what I'm seeing is there really is no other option. I mean, you got to cash that ticket. I like it. With this person, we have Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, so a lot of fire. We have some Aquarius, some Gemini. You know, we have Capricorn and Pisces. We got some Cancer as well. No, it doesn't always make sense. But what does? I kind of laugh because it reminds me of a situation I found myself in when I met Rose, or Fierce Tarot, or whoever you want to call her. I call her Rose, obviously, but 16 years ago, we met. And I was drawn to her like a moth to a flame, but we had this instant connection. But for me, it was too quick. It felt too easy, too quick, too quickly. It never really came to anything right away. And then I kept running into her. And every time I was around her, I felt it again. And stupid me, I didn't react. I let it, I let whatever happened happen. I kind of kicked myself in the ass, but in hindsight, I don't know if we would have been where we are now if I would have jumped right on the opportunity. So anyway, we went on for about a year before we finally got together. But it's funny in that year how many times we came face to face. Like I never seen her before. Not once. But the first time I saw her, I started seeing her everywhere. And then we finally went, got together. We had this long conversation about how she was feeling the exact same way as I was. Like she felt connected to me. She couldn't stop thinking about me. I couldn't stop thinking about her. So sometimes I feel like you meet the right people, even if you somehow miss that opportunity. It's like a city bus. You might miss one, but if you wait a little bit, you'll get another shot. I feel like for some people we get lucky in that way. We get lucky, but also a little more than luck. I feel like when you're destined to be with someone, or when you're connected to someone on such a real way, the chance will present itself again. It's like the universe, like saying, okay, what are you doing? Here they are again. It's funny how that works. So and I've heard other stories like that too. I mean, just people meeting someone and feeling this connection, not really doing anything about it, but then the connection keeps coming back and back and back and back. Same as with me and her. Like we've had a few arguments over the years, and there's a few times that we actually broke up, but we keep getting brought back together. We keep getting pulled to each other. And I feel like when you're meant to be with someone, there's not much in this world, this existence, that's going to stop that from happening. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I mean, obviously there's people out there that you feel a connection with, and then you don't ever see them again. And I feel like at that point, it probably was just that, I feel like it wasn't meant to be. Maybe that chance, you see somebody on the bus, or I don't know why I'm on the bus today, but or you see somebody somewhere and you just catch eyes, and that was the end of it. You never see them again. I feel like there's all these little moments in life that just give us a little spark. But it's the one we meet that causes the fire. That's the one we were, supposed to be with. There's plenty of sparks in life, but there's that one spark that creates a fire that is like that flame that never goes out. And like I said, me and her have been together 15 years. And I still feel that fire all the time. And like I said, she's a bit younger than me. So when we first met, I feel like the real reason I didn't, because when I first met her, she seemed, some people seem younger and some people seem older. Well, she seemed older, and she looked older. She looked more mature. She had a job and everything. But we talked a little bit, and then I remember she mentioned she was still in school. Now, I've been out of school for a few years. I'm not going back to dating schoolgirls. So that was kind of the reason why the conversation broke down. Now, when we finally got together, she was done school, and it was a different circumstance. I was just under this mentality that I'm not going to pick up my girlfriend from high school when I'm not in high school anymore. I stopped dating high school girls when I left high school. But for whatever reason I could come up with, whatever reason she could come up with, it wasn't stopping it. It wasn't slowing it down. I still felt a certain way for her, and she felt a certain way for me, and I thought about her. And that's the thing in life. Another quick story is a friend of mine. he had this huge thing for this girl, like huge crush. She ended up getting with a guy, and they were together for a few years while my friends still had this crush. But he wasn't going to do anything about it because she was with somebody. He missed his opportunity is what he thought. And then after a couple of years, he was out one time at a friend's house party, and she was there, and they got to talking, and come to find out she's been single for a while. And he said as soon as he found out that she's been single for a while and that she's over this other guy, he went right for it. And he said, I wasn't going to miss a second opportunity. He said, I already screwed up once. I wasn't going to screw up again. But there was a little bit more to the story. The reason why he didn't, before she got with that guy, his friend, my buddy, his friend had a thing for her, so he was kind of respectful of that, which is nonsense to me. If you want someone, you take your shot. His friend should have took the shot. But I get respecting your friend. But then there's an incident where if he's not going to do nothing about it, you got to have that conversation and say, listen, man, I'm into this girl. If you're into her and you make a move, I'll back off. But you're not making a move, so what am I supposed to do? We have these principles in life that we live by that are just so ridiculous. I had a girl that used to have a crush on me, and she told me 10 years later. And I said, why didn't you ever ask me out? She said, because my friend had a crush on you for all of high school. And I'm like, she never told me. She never ever said anything to me. She barely even talked to me. She said, well, it's a girl code. But I mean, obviously, it didn't matter because that wasn't the one I was meant to be with anyway. But it's just funny how silliness. But anyway, that's all the stories I got for you. I don't want to bore you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.